Welcome to the Continued Spotlight on Education presented by Neosho County Community College. I'm your host, Huntyr Schwegman, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in today as we put a spotlight on the news, upcoming events, and academic programs at NCCC. And in today's episode, we will be spotlighting one of the newest programs here at Neosho County Community College, the plumbing program, which began in fall of 2023. We spotlight this program today as it falls on World Plumbing Day. Later in the episode, we'll also sit down with a member from the Phi Theta Kappa chapter here on the Chanute campus to talk about some of the amazing things that are going on with their chapter. Up first, I'm sitting down with the Neosho County Community College plumbing instructor, Richard Ecahvez. Richard, how's it going today?
Good, Hunter. Thank you for having me.
So, Richard, before we get too far into the episode, we just want to give people a little bit of background on who you are and your experience in the world of plumbing. So just kind of tell us what some of your experience in the field is and how that kind of led you to this position.
I have been in construction for 40 years. I was a contractor. I built 4 houses by Topeka, Kansas, start to finish, including all the plumbing. Was interested in college, so I got a few college degrees, which that in my experience allowed me to be an instructor here at the college.
So how long have you been here at Neosho County, and what kind of inspired you to get out of maybe the world of doing the work and get into teaching students and teaching the next generation of workers?
I have been here at the college since December of 2023. This is my first full year. I just happened to talk to somebody at the college. I found out about my education, and it ended up with me being in a position to take the job as the instructor here.
Now, looking at the plumbing program here at NCC, in your opinion, what is special about the program, and why should someone attend the program here at Neosho County over maybe going to another institution or by going directly into the workforce?
Well, the plumbing program here at the college is a 2-year program. It can be an associate's program, and we do hands-on work, book work. We cover safety, employability. We are working on starting an apprenticeship program. Also, as part of the class, you do an internship at the end of your 2 years with a plumbing company and get more hands-on experience.
So for someone who's interested in joining the plumbing program and becoming a plumber at the end of their academic career, can you describe the typical path for these students? Maybe what kind of classes do they take? What projects might they work on during class? What kind of hands-on instruction are you typically giving these students on a semester-by-semester basis?
Well, once they enroll in the program, they first have to go through core for a semester, which is a generic class course of different forms of construction, from OSHA certified to blueprint reading, safety with tools. Then we go to the first year program, Intro to Plumbing, which is, again, safety, plumbing tools, plumbing math, and then we start working with plastic pipe and copper pipe. What we do in the lab is hands-on with working with various types of plumbing fittings and plumbing tools. We also are working on building a display, which will be a working plumbing system, and we also build a cabin here every year, and we plumb it. So there is plenty of on-hand experience.
One of the things that Neosho County Community College prides itself on is the affordability of getting an education here. That affordability is only effective if the classes are effective. So what steps do you take to make sure that the plumbing program is effective for students going into the field and that the things you're teaching them are up to date, to what's actually being used by current plumbers?
Well, I'm in contact with a couple local plumbers and also manager of the plumbing supply here in Chanute. We are constantly upgrading our tools and our processes. Right now, the plumbing industry is sorely manned for help, and it is also growing exponentially with new and innovative methods to produce the work.
You mentioned the growth of the field in recent years, and I think we've seen that especially with the rise in both the need and the pay for some of these plumbers. So aside from the things that most of us are familiar with, the guy coming in to fix your toilet or the guy coming in to repair a broken pipe, what are some of the different career opportunities for students who come through this program and go out into the plumbing industry?
I like to go through with my students the different opportunities. With a plumbing background, you can do fire extinguishers, fire sprinklers, suppression systems. You can work in hospitals, putting in air lines, oxygen lines, and lines in the surgical. You can do new construction in commercial or new construction in residential. You can also decide if you would like a career working for a company or if you would like to be the local plumber. We have people interested in all those fields.
So it sounds like that even if you do find a field or an area of plumbing that you want to go to, that there's maybe even some more opportunity for specialization or people going into like maybe some further education later on down the road in their career?
Yes, there are many options in the plumbing field. With the apprenticeship program, it will help people advance quickly in their careers. And also, depending on where you live, there are numerous opportunities to do all kinds of plumbing.
You mentioned there a little bit about the upcoming apprenticeship program that you guys are working on, and while I understand that you don't have the details down on that yet, what's kind of the impetus behind that? You know, what's the purpose or what's the goal of getting these students into the apprenticeships once they're done with their program?
The apprenticeship program is for existing plumbing companies. It's going to be mostly online. It will allow people to further their plumbing careers, whether they work for a plumber and come into it that way, are graduates of our class, and find a company that wants to sponsor them to be an apprentice. Yeah, we're still working on the details, but we hope to have it operational by next fall.
And then outside of the upcoming apprenticeship program, what are some of the other things that you guys are maybe working on within the program? You know, what does the future of plumbing look like at Neosho County Community College?
Well, mainly it is trying to keep up with all the new innovations. They have new kinds of pipe, they have new kinds of connecting the pipe, and we are also working with code books to prepare our graduates to deal with the various codes that are required to do plumbing.
Well, Richard, that's just about all the questions I had for you today, so I just want to thank you again for joining me on the Spotlight on Education today and giving us a glimpse into the plumbing program, one of our newest academic programs here at Neosho County Community College.
Thank you, Hunter. And anyone who's interested in the plumbing program can contact Neosho Community College here in Chanute, and they will push you in the right direction.
New classes are starting all the time at Neosho County Community College. We offer a variety of in-person, online, and hybrid courses in 16, 12, and 8-week formats. We also offer evening classes to fit any schedule. Whether you're looking to finish an associate's degree or break into a new career field with one of our certificate programs, NCCC offers something for everyone. Start your academic journey today by emailing advising@neosho.edu to enroll at Neosho County Community College. Go Show! Next up on today's episode, we have a freshman from Lawrence, Kansas, who's studying in the plumbing program. Joining me now is Max Childers. Max, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on here.
So, Max, I just want to talk to you a little bit about your experience here in the program. And starting first, I just kind of want to dig into why did you decide to enroll in the plumbing program here at NCCC?
I'm taking the carpentry course, and for my associates, I needed additional hours. I thought I've always been interested in plumbing. I grew up around people in the trades, and they told me that plumbing isn't necessarily like in the sewers. There's a lot more to it. I just thought it sounded interesting. I want to give it a try.
And then coming into the program, you obviously have some personal experience with, the world of plumbing, like you said, but what were some of your expectations of the program, and where do you kind of feel about those expectations now that you've taken a few classes?
I was planning to learn just like basic stuff, like how to install a toilet. It's a lot more in-depth now that I'm learning about it. You learn all different kinds of fittings, all the different tools that I never really knew existed. It's just a lot to learn. It's pretty cool.
After completing your core classes last semester, and then you started in on some of the plumbing stuff this semester, maybe so far, what has been your favorite moment or a lesson that you've learned that you didn't know about the trade, or a skill that you didn't have before coming into the program?
Definitely have to say soldering pipe. Like, I've done soldering before on like circuit boards, but it's a lot different doing it on pipe. I saw them make a NCCC sign. I thought it was cool. Also enjoyed working on the big structure we have, and it's actually starting to come together, starting to look good, and hopefully it'll get working.
And then looking ahead to some of the stuff you're doing in the future, is there anything that you're excited to learn about, or maybe an area of plumbing that you hope to dive a little bit more deeply into in the coming classes?
For me personally, I enjoy more of the industrial side of construction. So maybe more of like the higher pressure, like the bigger pipes and more in-depth stuff.
You mentioned you're also in some construction classes and that you're interested in some of the industrial stuff, but what area of construction or plumbing are you specifically hoping to take your experience here at Neosho into after you graduate?
I'd probably have to say like more the management role. I think it's important to have an understanding of a lot of different areas. That way you can be knowledgeable. Just important to know your stuff so you can identify things that are wrong and just help out wherever you're needed.
And then the last thing for you here, I just want to kind of get your opinion overall of the program. Would you recommend this program to like a friend or a peer who's interested in some of the world of construction or plumbing or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Even if you're not looking to go into working, it's good knowledge to have, whether it be just how to fix your toilet or how to unclog a sink. Everyone can use it. Everyone's going to have some point in their life where they're going to need to know this stuff. 2 hours a day to learn life stuff isn't that much, in my opinion, so it's a good class.
All right, well, Max, that's all I had for you today, and I just want to thank you again for joining us here on the Spotlight on Education.
Yeah, thank you.
To learn more information and to get enrolled in the plumbing program at Neosho County Community College, email advising@neosho.edu or visit neosho.edu/plumbing. Find your future today at Neosho County Community College. Become an expert in diagnostic imaging with our Diagnostic Medical Sonography program, or help improve the quality of life for patients with mental, physical, or emotional impairments through the Occupational Therapy Assistant program. Develop a passion for food service management through our Dietary Manager program, or train to take an integral role in the surgical team through our Surgical Technology program. Visit neosho.edu/programs to learn more and find your healthcare career today. And next up on today's show, I have with me a freshman here on the Chanute campus who's studying towards an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science degree. Grant currently serves as the Vice President of the Omega Iota Phi Theta Kappa chapter here on the Chanute campus, and he was recently elected the Vice President of Leadership for the Heartland region during the Heartland region Spring Convention. And today we're going to talk to Grant a little bit about that process and what kind of inspired him to take that journey. So Grant, thank you for joining me today. How's it going?
It's going good. Thank you for having me on this show, and it's an honor to be here.
So Grant, just kind of start off, give us a little bit of maybe background on yourself, your educational journey that led you here to Neosho, and then kind of tell us what got you involved with Phi Theta Kappa to begin with.
I graduated high school last year, class of 2024, and I was homeschooled for the majority of my education. My two sisters, older sisters, attended Neosho County Community College around 5 years ago, and they had a really great experience. So I would say family connections and ties. A lot of the professors they had are still here. So Phi Theta Kappa, you needed 12 credit hours and a 3.5 GPA or better to be invited. I had taken enough credits through high school that I received an invitation as a freshman coming in. I saw it as a great opportunity to get connected here on campus and better scholarship opportunities.
So you've been involved now with Phi Theta Kappa for about a semester and a half, not quite a full academic year yet. But so far, what has maybe been some of the things you've enjoyed about the organization or the time that you've spent with the group?
I've really enjoyed connecting with other students here on campus and connecting with our sponsors, Mr. Alan Murray and Miss Rita Drybread. Really learning more about myself and what it takes to be a leader as a college student.
So shifting gears just a little bit, I want to talk now about that Heartland Region Spring Convention that we mentioned at the top of this segment. Grant, if you could just explain to us a little bit about what this event is, why the chapter goes each year to events like this, and maybe what you pull away from an event like this.
The Phi Theta Kappa year is different. It runs for a full calendar year from January to December. Each region has a fall convention and a spring convention. In the spring convention, they will pass out awards that your chapter has achieved throughout the year. The Heartland region consists of chapters from Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska. So they will bring in 3 to 4 keynote speakers who explain about their life and explaining different ways how Phi Theta Kappa has impacted them and their life journey and the goals they have achieved throughout their lives.
Yeah, and then during this event, you had the opportunity to run for and get nominated and then be elected as the Vice President of Leadership for the region. So what kind of inspired you to run for this position position, and what was maybe the process of how that went from start to finish?
At first, I did not want to run for regional officer as I didn't know what the conflicts were with my schooling and if I was working throughout the summer. So I initially told my advisor I was not going to run for it, but he received an email from our regional director. Mr. Murray contacted me, said they need you to run for this position, and so I accepted, and they had some prep work in advance leading up to the event. We had to write and prepare a speech that was research-based. You had to have 3 academic sources, and it had to be along the lines of our honors topic this year. Our honors topic was the power of stories.
The title of this position that you were elected to is the Vice President of Leadership. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about what some of the responsibilities for this position are?
So, as Vice President of Leadership, I will be tasked with coordinating the Heartland region's leadership trainings and events. So, at each of our regional conventions, we will have small breakout sessions where each of the regional officers lead a PowerPoint presentation over a particular aspect of Phi Theta Kappa. My responsibility will be leading the individual leadership trainings and showing you how to run through those programs as a Phi Theta Kappa member through their website.
Outside of being something that you can obviously add to your resume for a long time to come, what are maybe some of the opportunities that this position might provide to you?
I would say traveling, going to different places, meeting different people, making connections, networking, and getting a different perspective as what it means to be a leader as a college student rather than just following.
Well, Grant, that's all I have for you, and it sounds like a really interesting opportunity, and it's awesome that some of our students are able to have those, opportunities that can be impactful on a larger scale than just, the community college. Anyway, thank you for joining me today, and I really appreciate you spotlighting the Phi Theta Kappa chapter here at the Chanute campus.
Thanks for having me here, Hunter. And if you have any questions about Phi Theta Kappa, don't hesitate to seek out Mr. Murray or Ms. Drybread or even myself. We're on campus every day of the week. So stop by, say hello, and we'll be free to answer any questions you have.
The good news is abound for Phi Theta Kappa here at Neosho County Community College, as the Omega Iota chapter, the chapter here on the Chanute campus, was recently recognized as part of the Phi Theta Kappa Reach Rewards program. The Phi Theta Kappa Reach Rewards program celebrates and rewards Phi Theta Kappa chapters who excelled in membership engagement by achieving exceptionally high rates of membership acceptance during the 2024 calendar year. The Omega Iota chapter had a solid year for welcoming new members in 2024, inducting 64 new members to the chapter. This brings the chapter's total membership to over 2,500 students and alumni since 1973. For more information about Phi Theta Kappa on both the Chanute and Ottawa campuses, visit neosho.edu/ptk. That concludes this week's episode of the Continued Spotlight on Education presented by Neosho County Community College. My name is Huntyr Schwegman, and I'd like to thank you all again for tuning in today. Don't forget to come back next week as we highlight another amazing aspect of Neosho County Community College, and visit neosho.edu for more information and to enroll at NCCC. Go Show!